How do you get on with your life when no one around you seems to believe you? The narcissist is still playing never-ending games in trying to destroy you, and they continually seem to break all the rules, and it seems like they always get away with it. Hello everyone, I'm Elizabeth Shaw and welcome to this channel, which is all about the narcissistic personality disorder, to give you all more understanding of the people that you might be dealing with in your life, to give you the answers to all the whys you might have, to understand how to deal with these kinds of people. Now, some you do need to go no contact, others you can learn how to handle yourself around them, and most importantly, ways to recover from narcissistic abuse. This video is how to survive the narcissist games. When it seems the narcissist is set to destroy you publicly and privately, and they seem to be getting away with it. 1 minute they can be so nice, kind and generous to you and to others, even coming across as caring and empathetic. And they fool others just like they fool us until we learned all about them and their many manipulation techniques. They are excellent at playing the roles of the victim or the hero, yet they are never the villain. The two sides to them, the play nice face when they want all the positive attention, and the play nasty face when they are jealous that you can live or do things without them, without their permission, and they are losing control over you. They throw major toddler tantrums because they are not getting their own way, they are losing control. And with some, that envious face when they want to provoke negative reactions from you, it is devastating, it's cruel and it's calculated, as they do their best to try and drain the life out of you. If the narcissist is a parent, a partner, family member, friend or boss, whoever they are in your life, they can raise you so high when they want something from you to dropping you so low when they're just not getting their own way. Never truly been there when you actually needed them the most. Narcissistic people believe they are entitled and that no one should say no to their demands. They don't care for ruining their own families or ruining other people's lives, as they don't see themselves as at fault. They believe all others are at fault. So long as their needs are being met, even when it comes to their own children, they'll happily walk away without guilt, repeatedly letting them down, twisting the story in their own minds to their own truths, blaming the other parent, blaming other people. They go all out in their ability to counter-parent, and with no thought of the damage that it's doing to their own children's minds. They will use anything and everything to get at you. If they believe you are blocking them from anything that they want, including their own children, they just believe that they are a great parent and you have no right to do so. They believe they are a great person and you have no right to stop them from achieving what they want. They will go all out to try and destroy people. As long as they reach their goal of destroying all others and possessing what they want, they don't care for how they do it or who gets hurt along the way. All they are interested in is themselves and getting their own needs met. A narcissist is never accountable for their horrific actions towards bringing other people down. From separation to divorce, child custody, the boss wanting that high-ticket contract, parents wanting you to look after them and not have a life of your own. They can all play nice when it suits them. They might seem to play fair at the start, but they're usually smearing your name behind your back and playing the victim to those around them and gaining those all-important enablers and flying monkeys when you know just how destructive they truly are. Narcissists only have one rule, and that is that they are always right. They will try to outdo people at every turn, from Siblings when it comes to wills, parents destroying adult children's lives, ex-spouses getting the best lawyers if they have the financial means to do so. They will start custody battles to try and win the children at all costs to the children's mental health. The best way to deal with these people is you'll not be able to stop their games. They want to win at all costs. They will try any and all means possible to destroy people around them if they're not getting their own way. So what can you do to stop these games affecting you? Number one is self-care, working on your true self. Who you are, your boundaries, your standards, your values, listening to your instincts, your beliefs, learning who you are, discovering who you are, asking yourself, who am I? It's okay if you don't know right now. You've just got to take the steps to learn the things that you enjoy doing for you, the behaviours you will and will not accept from people. Spending more and more time focusing on you and your life means you'll spend less and less time focusing on what they are up to. Less time focusing on the negatives and more time focusing on the positives of the direction that your life is going now. Learning your own truths, not defending yourself to them or their flying monkeys. The moment you do this, you're playing their games and they are keeping you trapped in the cycle. The moment you stop playing, and I know it's not easy, but once you get there, you'll discover that it is a lot easier. When you do stop playing, they might up their games, but without anyone to play with, it becomes increasingly difficult for them to play. Now, I know this is difficult in court situations, especially with children, so I will link a video in the description, about how to handle them in a courtroom. Number two, keep all emails and messages between you. Save them all. Most of us do react at the start. It's human nature to want to defend ourselves and explain ourselves and make them feel how we are feeling. Be careful what you say to them. Only resolve issues, as courts do take both sides as innocent and then they look at all the evidence. So they will look at all the messages. So remember to retreat, rethink, and only respond if you need to do so. 3, get the rest and sleep that you need. Self-care again. This can be difficult. If you take a daytime nap, try and do it early in the day so it doesn't affect your nighttime sleep. Think and focus on positive outcomes. If your mind is doing overtime as you try and fall asleep, try and think of the positive things in life. Try getting up 5 minutes earlier and just going to bed 5 minutes earlier. And if you do it slowly, it becomes part of a routine. Number 4, exercise. Something that you enjoy to keep you going at it, even if it's just dancing in front of the TV, walks and taking photos to creating new memories, running, lifting weights, joining a team sport, gym, dance classes to meet new people, whatever it is that you enjoy, even yoga, meditation. Find the thing that you enjoy because that will keep you going at it when it does become difficult, because it is about learning. We have to learn new skills. Number 5, try and eat as healthily as you can. This can be hard, especially with anxiety triggers. Keep a diary of the food you do eat for a week or so that you can see what you can alter and shift around. Again, just taking one thing out or adding one thing in at a time. Don't go all out to do it all in one day. When you do it gradually, it becomes a part of life routine and it becomes easier. Whether you're one to overeat under stress and need to see what you can cut out, or undereat and see what you can add in. 6, keep a diary. One of the games that the narcissist plays, keep a diary of all those games because they do gaslight people. So you can go to that diary for reality checks and also for evidence if you need it. And another diary for putting down all your thoughts and feelings in the good and the bad. Writing it out not only helps you at that moment, but also when you feel you're doing so well and you have a day off, you can read about how far you have actually come. So journaling does help a lot of people. 7, talk with people who have been through it, who have lived it. They understand it and will validate your thoughts and your feelings. Those who've come through it will also advise and give you coping strategies of what helped them. Now, we are individuals, so take the advice on board, use the ones that work for you, leave the ones that don't work for you. You will find a way to help yourself through this, and others will also help you through. 8, now you're free, you need to put the best interests of yourself first to heal from the pain of any guilt. I will link a video in the description on how to handle guilt and how to handle anger and resentment. You now have the freedom to use your own mind how you want to use it. Learn to use it to the best of your ability. It's hard when your subconscious has been programmed a certain way, writing out all the negative thoughts that you have about yourself and the doubts that you have in your mind. And then write out the positives. Look for things that you have achieved in your life to... So if you've been programmed into you that you're not good enough, look at all the things and write out all the things that you are good enough at, to train your subconscious to think differently with conscious daily effort to swap your thoughts about. Number 9, work on your anxiety. Again, I will link a video in the description about anxiety and CPTSD. Learning your triggers and then bringing yourself into the present moment when something does trigger you and telling yourself, I am safe now. 10, work in filling your human needs in positive ways. So, for example, certainty. Creating new routines. Uncertainty. Try new positive things that you love doing. Love and connection. Talking to those who understand. Contribution. Contributing to others. Whatever way you do in a positive way and it helps you feel good. Significance. Helping others. Even your own children helps you feel significant. Remember, you're a good person and you are important. Growth. Learning and trying new skill sets. Anything you enjoy learning about more. Find the ways that suit who you are. Now, when I say the word significance, a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to turn into a narcissist if I put my significance before others. It's not about that. With good intentions, there is no wrong way or right way to live your life. Your life is your life. Now, narcissistic people feel significant and feel that they are above all others and go around destroying all others. You are doing it in a way to help other people, to help the right people and walk away from the wrong people. And the last thing is your sense of humour. You have to find your sense of humour, whatever that sense of humour is. It's incredibly difficult when they are sending you vicious messages, making out that you're crazy, that you're doing it to be spiteful, that whatever horrible things they're putting in messages, it brings you down. When you take their messages on board personally, when you start questioning yourself, when you start doubting yourself, it lowers your mood. It puts you in that negative mindset. Your shoulders will drop, your head will drop. You start looking for all the problems, you start looking for all the things you can do, and it puts you in that negative place and always focusing on them, what they're going to do next. And that is exactly why they are doing it, to get at you. So this is where you now need to twist the story and find the laughter in the unbelievability of how actually believable they are in the games they play. They do, if you observe what they do and how they do it, once you know what the narcissistic personality disorder is about and who they are and what they do, and they do have a disorder, you can see the pattern. You can actually see what they're going to do next. And when you can find the humour in it, which isn't easy, granted, it isn't easy, but when you can find the humour in it, it no longer has that negative impact on your state of mind. When you can read something that they've sent you and not take it personally, when you can read it and think, you're describing yourself there, mate, not me. then you can find that laughter. And when you find that laughter, you lift your head up, you start laughing, you start smiling, you start finding the joy. And with every walk in life, whatever you're doing, if you can find the laughter in it, now you can have days where you just seem to have moment after moment after moment where the day just isn't picking up for you. And that's life. It does happen. And when you keep focusing on those moments and when you keep going further and further down, the day ends up being one big bad moment. But if you can find the funny side of that one moment to begin with and just like trust that to happen to me today and laugh it off, then you continue on more of a happy note throughout your day, looking for the things to be grateful for in that day, looking for the things that make you smile in that day. Whatever that sense of humour is, find that sense of humour. And when you are having a down moment, or when you are having a down day, or when the smear campaigns are hitting hard, stay out of the smear campaign. That is nothing to do with you. It might be about you, but it's nothing to do with you. Leave them to it. The more you feed into that game, the more they've got to tell people and show people. The more you step away from that game, realising that isn't me. That just isn't me. Carry on. Fill your boots, narcissist, because that isn't me. And I'm not interested in that anymore. I'm going to live my life now. You go and do whatever you want. When you're not feeding them any attention from it, when you're not giving them any reactions to it, it is a lot harder for them to find those games. And when they are hitting you, find a funny film to watch. Find someone that you can talk to, a good friend that makes you laugh. Find an activity to do that brings you back out of thinking about that and focusing on another area. It's all about what your mind is focusing on, and what your mind is focusing on is how you will feel in any given moment. I will add the how to control your emotions in the description as well. Please do add anything in the comments that's helped you overcome this or survive this, because it is about building a community of survivors to help each other out. And as we are all individuals, what works for one person doesn't always work for another. Everyone has a different sense of humour, so it's finding the one and finding the things that work for you. You can and you will survive this. You can and you will move on to a much happier life filled with so much more joy. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.